Hey guys, what is up? It's the weekend, and I'm here to give you some Nerf tips, ways to be a little more accurate, places to be, things to do, and things not to do. So, let's get into it. So one thing I always try to avoid doing is carrying an entire blaster on you. Now, I don't mean holding it, I mean like putting it in your belt or sash, or whatever you use. It can work sometimes for something like this if you just want to hold that. But if you want to put like a stock or something like that, it's not going to work. So, I don't know. I think it could work in some instances, but if you're really trying to run around and it's not that effective to be like, wait a second, hold everybody, gotta get myself together, and gotta load, and it takes up a lot of time. So, yeah. Now, one thing I absolutely love to do is keep blasters at your side. I think that's really fun. Use something like this and you run out of ammo. It's an easy alternative to I'm just putting a mag in here now for effect, but see right there, like say if you're getting your friends and you're like, oh man, I'm out of ammo, it's not doing anything, and you're like, oh wait a second, I got this strong arm. So you got 6 right there, same amount as in 6 round, which is kind of obvious, but you know what I mean. Get 12 shots. You run out of ammo pretty fast if you're using something small like this. So the next thing would have to be always carry enough ammo on you, because there's nothing worse than running out of ammo. So what I like to do with this, just put some extra magazines or whatever there, just for safekeeping, and maybe not too much on your shoulders because that might hinder your playing ability. But also for shotguns, I think this is really effective, especially for something like this where you have to reload the shells. I think it's nice to have a lot of ammo on you, or like front loader, or not as much the Judge, but I think it could work. But you'd only have a few shots. Let's see here, there's 3, you could probably unload about 4 there, so I don't think that would work too well. Another thing that ties in with the ammo is always make sure you have a big enough magazine for what you're doing. If you're doing one in the chamber, it really doesn't matter. But something like, say, if you're out in the woods or whatever with your friends and you only have a 6 round, you're going to lose probably all those darts and it's just not going to be good. But maybe, say, if you're around a yard or something, maybe that would be good if you're inside. But if you're outside, maybe get something like a 12 round. Or like I said, if you're in the woods, you can get an 18 round mag. There we go, something like that. It's a little bulky on this, but it works like on regulators or something like that. Or maybe just if you feel like holding as much ammo as humanly possible, a drum or the flip clip, which actually kind of works if you're using this in pistol. So, yeah. Now, probably out of all of these, now is the time to pay attention, because it all comes down to what blaster you want to use when you are nerfing. Now, you could use something like this, which I like to use because it's small, it's customizable, it doesn't really jam too much. That's what I like about this. But if you're someone that likes to shoot like a lot of darts everywhere, then you could use something like the regulator or the modulus or the hailfire. Or if you're like a sniper, you could use like a little, I know it looks like a pistol now, but much better. There we go. As you can see, this is like a mini sniper there. You can put this on here. Let me angle that over. The bipod area, or any place where you can just hide behind something. You can use your scope. The possibilities are endless when it comes to sniping with something like this. Now, probably one of the hardest questions to answer in the Nerf world is, when should I use my Nerf shotgun? Well, the correct answer for that is whenever you feel like it. Whenever you feel like gassing a whole bunch of darts at your friend, you can get out one of these shotguns, or a machine gun, but I don't know, I just think whole shotgun idea, I really like it in Nerf. So yeah, just whenever you feel like it, and of course this is all my opinion, so don't go and think really too much into that, but just whatever, yeah. Now, if you're anything like me, you know the feeling of having darts all over your floor, or outside, or anywhere. And I'm going to give you a few tricks to help you pick up your darts faster. Now, your floor probably doesn't look like mine, because I just did some filming for this video and shot some all around over here. But if it does, I will show you how to pick them up faster in one. Now, a trick I like to use is something where you just don't stop picking them up. You just keep going, and as many as you can fit in your hand as possible, instead of just picking one up. And then, now you might crush a few, but it's not that big a deal. Because see there, they all look pretty much okay by that time, and you already have basically half the darts picked up. Now I think one of the hardest is probably these rival things right here. They're really hard to fit a few in your hand, and since they're round, they just like flop all over. But yeah, so just keep grabbing them, or what you could do, you could just put them in your pockets, out in the yard, or whatever. So yeah. Now I'm going to show you some tips on how to be Nerf war ready, and how to reload your magazine faster. Now when you go to do a Nerf war, a lot of times you'll need your magazines preloaded, because it's really boring to sit there with your friends and just sit and load. I don't know, but that's just me. So what I like to do is load all mine before, or maybe like a week before, or maybe even if you get a whole bunch of darts, just sit down in front of the TV or whatever and just load a whole bunch of magazines like I do sometimes. So I'm going to show you how to load some magazines pretty. Now sometimes you'll experience problems, like it'll stick like mine just did. I'll show you the other side there. It gets a little sticky sometimes, so just hit it against something on the bottom. That loosens it up a little bit. So one thing I do is just push it in, and then you just keep flicking it down. Now a lot of people say that this destroys the darts, but I don't really think it does. I haven't experienced any issues with it. Or what you could do is you could push it down, slide one in, push it down, slide one in there. That's pretty fast as well. Here, you know what? I think it's a little easier with that in there. And then you can see on that side. I think this is about fully loaded. And that's another thing. It's very difficult when you overfill your magazines, because they stick and it just jams up your blaster, and you're just it won't be fun. So just don't try to be that guy that puts 14 in his 12 round magazine to try to, you know, have 2 darts over the other guy when he runs out, and just to make it look like you have some more, because it's not going to end well for you. And here, you know what, you can see if this needs a few more darts, I can show you what happens when you overfill it. So yeah, I think that's about how much I'd fill it to right there. Let's see. Yeah, it's already like 1 dart overstuffed, and then if you try to put another one in there, it's going to basically crush that. You think it looks okay until you get it in a blaster. So I have my retaliator here to show you what happens. So when you put it in, everything seems pretty good until you try to close it, and it won't close. And even if you, now I don't even think I can manage to close that. And another thing is you can't pull back and then push forward again, or else it will jam like mine just did there. Yep, see? You can see the jam, and then you can use this. Dang, the whole thing's like it's just stuck. I'll fix it. So as you can see, that just jams your blaster instead of just taking one out, sacrificing it, and oh dang it, I think I might be. Oh no, there we go. Just the magazine. As you can see, you can shoot it off, and it's just fine now, because it's not what do you call it, overloaded in there. You even have a few more in there, so. Just cool to see it pick up on the camera. Victory shot. So another thing is you always have to move fast. Now I'm outside right now in my backyard, and it's a little, you know, it's an open space, and there's a little bit of a hiding area on my porch and back there and back there, but there's really not too much cover, so you'll always have to be moving fast and running. And maybe what I like to do sometimes is just run past the person, and they won't know what hit them, and then you can get them from behind, or, well, they probably will turn around. But still, you can get them pretty good and catch them by surprise. So, yeah. Another thing is to be always wearing the right gear. Now, I don't have Nerf gear on right now. I just have a little jacket, but maybe always wear, like, cargo pants or something. You can keep, like, magazines in them. And I know some people say not to, but I think it works pretty well. So, yeah, that's what I just like to do. Well, I think that just about wraps it up. And in my next video, I will do all the ammo of Nerf types compared between the Rival, the Mega, and the Elite there. So, yeah, I hope to see you guys next time, and it's been the weekend.